Su Xian. It is said that when Gao Mingtu was appointed magistrate of Binzhou, such an incident happened. There was a folk girl named Su who was washing clothes by the river. There was a big stone in the river, and the woman was squatting on the stone. There is a strand of moss, green and silky, very cute, rippling on the water and floating round the stone 3 times. After seeing this, the girl's heart moved. She became pregnant after returning home, and her belly grew bigger day by day. Her mother asked her privately, and the woman told her mother the truth, but her mother couldn't understand it for a while. A few months later, a boy was born. The family wanted to throw him away secretly, but the woman couldn't bear it and hid him in a cupboard to keep him. The woman is also determined not to get married to show that a good girl will not marry 2 husbands. However, giving birth to a child without a husband is always a dishonorable thing. The child has grown to 7 years old, and he has never been allowed to come out to meet outsiders. One day, the son suddenly said to his mother, "My son has grown up. How can he be kept at home for a long time? I have to leave, and I can't burden my mother for the rest of my life." When asked where he was going, he said, "I am not a human being. I want to soar to the sky." His mother cried and asked him when he would come back. He said, "My son will not come until my mother dies. After I leave, if you need anything, just open the cabinet where I hide it and ask for it." What? After saying this, he said goodbye to his mother and left. When my mother went out to look, she was nowhere to be seen. The woman went back and told her old mother, who also felt strange. Since then, the woman has stuck to her old ambition and has never married, living with her mother. However, the family situation has become increasingly difficult, and sometimes there is no end to the meal. The woman suddenly remembered her son's words before leaving, opened the cupboard, and found rice and noodles, so she lit a fire to cook for her mother to eat. Later, I needed whatever I needed, and everything I asked for was answered. 3 more years later, the woman's mother died of illness. All funeral items were taken from the cabinet. After burying her mother, the woman lived alone for 30 years without ever being close to a man. One day, a neighbor woman went to the woman's house to borrow a fire and saw her sitting alone in an empty room. She talked to her for a while and then left. After a while, I suddenly saw a colorful cloud surrounding the woman's house, clearly like a cover. There is a person standing in the clouds, wearing gorgeous clothes. If you look closely, you will see that it is a woman from the Su family. After spinning for a long time, it gradually rose up and became invisible. The neighbors were very puzzled. When they went to her house, they saw her dressed very beautifully and sitting there upright, lifeless. Because she was alone, everyone was discussing how to give her a funeral, when suddenly a young man came in. The young man was handsome and tall, and he thanked everyone one by one. Neighbors had also heard that the woman had had a child, so they had no doubts. The young man took out the money to bury his mother, planted 2 peach trees next to the tomb, and then left. After walking a few steps, clouds formed under his feet, and then he disappeared. Later, the peaches produced by these 2 peach trees were so sweet that the locals called them Suxian peach trees. Every year the branches and leaves are luxuriant and the fruits are abundant. Officials here often give this peach to their relatives and friends.
Alright, this story has come to an end. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Thank you.